Howdy, it's Jace. What do you do with your emotions? You may be thinking, what are you talking about, Jace? What do I do with my emotions? I have them. They happen to me. No. If that is what you're thinking, you are missing out on one of the greatest tools for self-discovery. There are no bad emotions. Yes, there are unpleasant emotions. There are uncomfortable emotions. There are no bad emotions. Emotions are information. They let us know that something is off or on with ourself. And that information can be used to make adjustments, to dig deeper, to explore, to leave things behind, to heal old wounds. Every single emotion you experience is happening for you, not to you, and it's trying to tell you something about you. I always say the greatest adventure in life is discovering your true self, and the emotions are something that's always with you all the time. It is like access to, I don't know, it's like the human Google, where all of the information is right there at your fingertips. Most of us ignore it because we don't want to be uncomfortable. Like, let's be real, that's most of the human condition, is just trying to escape discomfort, which sometimes shows up as pain or, all of these things, but really it's just discomfort. Our lives are not usually actually being threatened, though it does feel that way. So we run from them, we shove them down, we try to not have them, or we try to have more of them, like happiness. Ooh, that feels good. Like some more of that. Excitement, that's a fun one. Arousal in the sexual sense, that can be cool. Sometimes it's really inconvenient, but that's life. All of these things are telling you something. That feeling of elation, that healthy feeling of like, ooh, that's really good information about whatever it is you're interacting with. Maybe it's a circumstance, maybe it's a person, maybe it's a thought or a dream you have for your life. That's very important information. Maybe you feel rageful at something and you want to strangle it or smother it in its sleep. Maybe that's also a person. That's really great information. It might not actually be information about that person or your connection with that person. Our emotions point back inwards. Everything points back inwards, but our emotions point inwards of something happening within us. We can never experience anything on the outside. We can have our perception of the outside, but we never experience anything outside of ourselves. Even touch. We only have the perception from our symptomatic nervous system, or whatever it's called, of what that touch feels like. We never actually feel another person. Super weird, but that's true. Our emotions come with us everywhere, and they are that information at our fingertips. So how do you figure out what your emotions are trying to tell you? You can ask them. That's a weird concept, but it works. What's going on here? Why am I feeling this? What am I feeling? What are you trying to tell me? Explore it. Get curious about it. Try to be that scientist in your own life, observing your experience. You can process them with others, of course. That's a big part of what therapy is, or working with a guide that works in self-discovery. We explore emotions and what they're trying to tell you. If you have a spiritual connection, that is the communication of the other realm, is through our emotions. So you can check in with your spiritual practice for that. Journaling is a killer way to explore emotions. You can just do some backwards work around them. Here's what I was feeling, here's what was going on, here's what this other situation might be like, or this happened in childhood and I'm still not healed from that, and that's why I'm reacting to this, or whatever it might be. Going and doing a backwards investigation is really helpful. You can check in with other people. If you have people you trust to give you feedback, like, what do you think was going on there? If you have intuitive people in your life, or you have empaths, projectors, indigos, star seeds, anybody like that, they probably know what's going on with you, and they could help you discover for yourself what that emotion is. If it's a really big emotion, it can often be tied to something in our past, something in childhood. That super cliche, like what happened in your childhood, is a cliche for a reason, because it's real, because our childhood forms us and shapes us, and a lot of our stuff points back to childhood. So there's a little tip for a place to explore. But get curious with your emotions. Don't just have them, use them in your path for intimate self-discovery. They are one of the greatest tools you will ever have access to. If you have no idea how to get in touch with your emotions, hit me up. We can do it together. That's totally my jam, and it's something that I really enjoy helping people with, and that I'm pretty good at as well. If you dig my style, which is a whole lot like how you're hearing me now. There are also lots of other avenues that you can explore for that as well. Go to jacedowney.com to get more info about me, or to get in touch with me. If you dig this content, please subscribe and engage with it, so I know to keep putting it out. I will be seeing you soon, and until then, do remember that you are enough, just as you are today.